Hello and welcome to Wonderful Pistachio and Almond Sensory Orientation. So the goal of this orientation is to train all new WPNA research and development sensory panelists. The sensory evaluations help gauge how WPNA products meet consumer needs and compare to our products to others in the market. So the benefits of being a sensory panelist are to provide direct input and feedback on new or current products, become familiar with our products at WPNA, learn how to identify and evaluate different attributes in WPNA products, and receive points towards La Casina gift cards. Please do not participate in sensory if you have not attended the sensory orientation, which you're taking right now, you are sick, your sense of smell or taste is affected by medicine, illness, or allergies, you ate within the last 30 minutes, or someone has informed you of the test or product that is being evaluated. Good sensory etiquette follows as no talking in the sensory lab when others are testing, do not discuss the products that are being tested with anyone before or after taking the test, and do not remain in the sensory room after completing the test. So arriving for sensory, you will get a notification email on the day of the sensory test. An email will be sent out to the panelists that will notify them of the testing. Then we're going to have you sign the sheet. This has changed a little bit, but in the email there will be a link that you can sign up for a time slot. I'm going to read you over the new COVID-19 sensory room SOPs, standard operating procedures. Number 1, we prefer you to sign up on your phone with the link that was emailed to you. But if you can't sign up on your phone, we have an iPad you can sign up on outside the R&D sensory room in the DC offices. If you use the iPad, please sanitize your hands before and after using it. Sanitizer will be provided next to the iPad. Please maintain social distancing while signing up. Number 2, please do not wait in the break room or inside the sensory room for the test. Please arrive exactly on time to be seated. Number 3, please sanitize your hands before entering the sensory room. Sanitizer will be provided on the black cart right outside the sensory room. Number 4, after sanitizing your hands, please put on gloves and you may enter the room. Number 5, please try to minimize touching objects in the sensory room that are not needed for taking the test. Number 6, once you're in the sensory room, please take one plate with the samples and water, and please only touch one plate. The plates should be at your desk as you seat yourself in one of the 3 desks available. Number 7, only 3 of the 6 sensory stations will be available for testing to meet proper social distancing spacing. Computers and chairs will be removed from unused stations. Number 8, only take your mask off once you're in the sensory booth. After the test, please put your mask back on before leaving the booth. Number 9, throw your trash and gloves in the trash can. Number 10, please sanitize your hands before leaving the sensory booth. This is a really important one. Number 11, please leave the sensory booth as soon as you're done with the test. Number 12, as a thank you for participating, we are giving you chocolates. This will be placed on your plate with your samples and water. The chocolate is not part of the test, so please wait to eat your chocolate until after the test is over. And a side note, the R&D staff will be sanitizing each sensory station between each test. So in your sensory station, you will have a sample to be tested, a small bottle of water, an unsalted cracker, a napkin, and a computer. Please make sure you have all the items before testing. Sensory evaluation procedure. Cleanse palate. Start each test by taking a bite of the cracker and a sip of water to neutralize any taste in your mouth and cleanse your palate. Start. The computer will instruct you to start with a particular sample number. Try sample. Try to eat all the provided sample to get an accurate judgment of the product that is being tested. Sensory evaluation procedure. Rate. Follow the on-screen instructions and rate the product on each attribute individually. Cleanse palate. Before switching to a new sample, drink water and take a bite of your cracker to cleanse your palate. Repeat. Try any remaining samples and follow the same steps as above. Clean up. Once finished, clean up your station by throwing away the trash and pushing in your chair. Types of tests. 1 sample acceptability. See how acceptable one sample is in terms of flavor, attributes, appearance, texture, and overall acceptability. 2 or 3 sample acceptability and ranking. Individually rate each sample on flavor, attributes, appearance, texture, and overall acceptability. Then pick an overall preference. And the triangle test. Choose which sample is different from the other two and explain which attribute or characteristics are different between the samples. How to use the sensory evaluation scale, the 9-point hedonic scale. A 9-point hedonic scale is based on the degree of liking. Some tests will ask you to rate between 1 and 9. Use the following scale to rank each attribute or product. Scale parameters. It goes 1 through 9. The descriptor starts from dislike extremely to like extremely. Dislike, number 1 is dislike extremely. Number 2 is dislike very much. Number 3 is dislike moderately. Number 4, dislike slightly. Number 5, neither like or dislike. Number 6, like slightly. Number 7, like moderately. Number 8, like very much. And number 9, like extremely. Sensory test general. Only people who have completed this training will be in the system. We will add new names as you join the program. Sensory test. 1 sample acceptability. This is what the first slide will look like, and it should have the title of the test you're taking. The sensory test 1 sample acceptability will look like this. It will have appearance, the sample number, the texture, the flavor, and the overall. And again, we'll be using the 9-point hedonic scale with this. Also in the 1 sample acceptability, make sure to mark none if none apply. If you don't see the finish button, make sure you've answered all the questions. This is what the ranking pages will look like. You'll select a number and drag it down to that second empty box in the first page. The sensory test triangle test. Try all the samples provided before clicking the button with the number of the product you think is different. This is the page that you can comment on the samples in the triangle test. Key reminders. Try all the products instructed by the test. Try to eat all the samples, not just one bite. Make sure you eat them in the order instructed. Use palate cleansers in between every sample, and throw away your trash and push in your chair to prepare for the next panelist. After the test, please do not talk about the product to others who have not taken the test yet. And that will conclude the sensory test orientation. Thank you.